in the sense that we'll have one stairwell here, in which case we'll have another security guard at the top. So I guess this is kind of the plan. This is the plan. And then we might remove the items here altogether. Oh. So if we'll have to have a little bit of a look. So the idea is we need to move a few things around. Try and deal with this. So this guy, yeah, we need a little bit of room here. So these guys have a little bit of extra. So we don't need them in the heart of things here. And also these guys, we don't need them over here. So I'm thinking we move them up to the top. So let's do this. Actually, let's move it around a bit. We'll do that. We'll get that in there. And we already have one. Plus the cleaner. Okay, so the cleaner has a little something that needs to go with it. There we go. We'll do that. And then what we'll need to do is, well, we'll get, yeah, anyway, we'll look at that. So we need lighting. Okay, so we'll get some prestigious lighting out here. At the same time, we'll get ourselves a wall right over there. And that should be a reasonable piece. Okay, so that's one thing. So we've moved a few of these guys upstairs. What we can also move upstairs is a lot of these extra items. So I'm thinking we'll move Tristan upstairs with this stuff. So we'll do maybe something started off at the edge there. Actually, no, not at the edge there, but maybe something like this, because we will want to do yet another round of this stuff. So we'll do that. We'll do this one. We'll get a wall. Go back in here. We'll get it the right wall tiles. We'll add a couple of vents. And we'll add a fancy light in there. Yeah, all sorted. Yeah, a bit of prestige coming through this way. So I guess that's the one. And then we'll also move our lawyer up here as well. Might do more than one, actually. Okay. So for Tristan, we've got this stuff. He will bring a light up, no problems. We'll bring... Ooh. Okay, move that. Oh, both of them are benefiting from it, so we'll do that. That should be okay. Then we could add some more services to the mix here if we needed to. We'll bring them... Oh, yes, we'll bring them their paper basket, paper trash baskets. We're doing a little bit of a rejig because we want to put more security on the door, right? We'll move this up over here. Actually, it needs to be probably a little bit of the other way around. So we'll do something like that. And then, if we can, let's bring in light here. A light here somewhere. Nice and prestigious. Yeah, that should do the trick quite nicely. And there's still room for us to improve the situation here if it seems necessary. We'll bring them a clock in there as well, so that should work things out quite nicely. So I think the top levels are looking pretty nice. So let's go ahead and stash a few things that we don't necessarily need straight away. We've got some paper that can go straight into there, no problems. Okay, that's fine. We've got these guys ready, which we could keep them. We could certainly keep them around this side, no problems. Let's move this paper stack up here as well. That's okay. So now we've made a little bit of room, and the idea being that the editors and stuff might want to go up a little bit further. Okay, so we've got an extra photographer up here. Plus, we've got some of these guys. So I'm thinking, what do we do? Is if we don't want to, if we just do this, right? Don't necessarily want to move that. Right? So if we just go here, don't want to do that either. So if we just go, my goodness, what a. If we did this one, moved it one down, now we should be able to grab all of this stuff. Oh, we can't move it up there without at least moving this one over just a tad. Let's do that, try that again, and move all of them up by 1. Excellent. That's great. That is really good. There we go. So that moved us up by 1. We don't have a bathroom here, which is a little bit of a challenge. Now, what we wanted to do is we also wanted to move these guys up a little bit. Right? Yeah, both of them are benefiting from it. So I guess the plan would be that we move all of them upstairs by 1. Okay. Do we need... Yeah, I don't think we've got any more room up further upstairs for this, right? So we may just want to keep the handyman in here. And what we'll do is we'll move one of these desks up a bit more, right? Something like that. Let's grab an extra wall. It's going to be fine. Grab an extra wall. Try and move these things over a bit. And then what we do is I'm thinking we try and stack all of these guys, right? So if we take all of that and move it into this spot here, that is pretty good. What were you missing? You were missing this board? Oh, this one doesn't actually want to work as nicely. Oh, we've got the extra... Okay, what we'll do is we'll move that one over this way, and we'll move this one over that way. And do we... do that? Oh, I think we've got all of them ready to go here. From a noise perspective. Can we stash this one and see? Yeah, I don't think it's actually, strictly speaking, required. So if we were to take one of these boards, let's quickly do that. Grab one of those boards for us. It is the assembling. No, it's the typesetting board. Oh yeah, we can squeeze it in quite nicely over there. So that will work to give us this area. We don't have significant amounts of space for this to be working. Now this person will move up their desk. Will they move up their desk up there? Yeah, it will. It will. Okay. So we've generated a little bit of room. Now, what I'm thinking is I am going to move... can I stash that one? Yeah, I can. So let's just stash these 2 elevators. So the idea is that we need that, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll grab ourselves a stairway from right over here to right over there. Okay, and what we'll do here is we'll add another security desk. So let's give ourselves some further utilities. Security, not the buff, but the utilities per se. Security booth right over there. So we'll double up on security quite nicely now. And what we'll do is we'll move... Well, actually, we don't need to move them all the way over there. So let's just try and move them over here. So the plan is really we're trying to do a bit of a logical system. So we'll have a look at that. Let's quickly just sort out our wallpaper here. So from a wallpaper's perspective, do we have anything fancy? We do have some prestigious Victorian wallpaper. So we'll throw that in there. Ooh, that was a little bit too pricey. We need to be a little bit more cautious about that. That was a little bit too pricey. If we did then something else, right, we don't get that money back, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, we need to pay a little bit closer attention to this. So there we go. So we'll do that. And then from here, we will... we don't want to do that again. Definitely not. What I wanted to do is actually add a wall with a door here, we wanted to add a light. Well, we need a security guard. And we're going to try and get someone with a little bit of gusto. What is this? Not bothered by anything. I think that might be useful. We'll grab Yelena into that job there. We definitely want to, not bothered by anything, but we do want to give them a light. Right, a nice and prestigious one here. We do want to redo the wallpaper here, but maybe not the fancy stuff. So let's just go and have a look at wallpapers. Industrial, standard wallpaper. Let's go standard wallpaper in there. I think we can do standard wallpaper over here. Okay, so now that looks pretty good. So we've got a starting point here. So now everybody can kind of use this. And what I'll do, can I move this one over? I want to move that one over. And I want to move this one too. So that's first floor. This one is third floor. This one is second floor, right? And we need one to go to the next level on top of that as well. So let's get another. Oh, we've got some pneumatic tubes in the corridor ready to go. Wow, that's pretty pricey. So that's fourth floor over there. So pneumatic tubes ready to go so people can come in, drop their stuff, or walk this way to come to the next level, where we'll have another go at giving them a stop. And then we'll move up from there. And I don't think we need to do too much more with this level. So let's add an extra light in here. Who do we actually have in here? So these are the types of things, and this is our editors. And over here we've got this, but then this pneumatic tube, where does that go? It goes up here. And it also goes down to this side here, so we can bring it kind of back to the typesetters. I'm kind of wondering whether it goes down into this area. Yeah, actually, to be honest, maybe what we do is we move it all the way down here, like so we know what that is all about. And what we can do is we can move this person down here, right? And they should have most of what they need. Oh, actually, I think this is beneficial to them, right? So if I were to move them over just a tad, actually we need to move them over a little bit more. So let's move that pneumatic tube over there, get them here. So hopefully the plan is that they will be managing the pneumatic tube system in this area. So I think that looks pretty good. Right, and so they can start moving stuff around. So things coming down and going back up to various levels. And then the one thing, oh, we can move this one over to the other side, and we can move all of these over a little bit more. I'm tempted to add yet another pneumatic tube in here, one that goes up to where exactly. So if stuff comes down, we can go back up to this area. This area is quite useful. So I think one more pneumatic tube. Well, let's just grab it from over here. We still have one in this stash. No, we don't. We don't have one in the stash. But the idea is that from here, you can also go up all the way to this spot here. Well, that's pricey. Really pricey. We're going to get a little bit of cash back now, I'm sure. But anyway, that should get us to all these kind of levels. Plus, we'll have someone that works here. And what I want to try and do, right, this person, this person, I want to floor assignment, floor number, floor on which the employee is allowed to pick up and drop off items. Make sure to include the street level, since that is where most of the goods are dropped off. Caution, be careful when assigning specific floors to employees. When done incorrectly, this can stall progress in your tower. When unsure, leave it all at default. All settings ensure the tasks are performed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say you're going to go to level 0. So they can basically bring paper up, but they can also manage this area here. And that's kind of the plan. So I guess that's what we're trying to do. Now let's quickly buff the security a little bit more. So if we said buffing security, that means we're going to add one of these. We're going to add one of those. Is that it, or do we need to buy a little bit extra security buff? Let's go into this area and grab. Oh, actually, security is not here. Security is at the police station. So let us go and grab buff over there. We'll get that rack to make sure they're very good, and we'll get a little bit of extra cash. So that gets us back to a reasonable level, at least to manage the paper, and that should do the trick. Now let's quickly add those extra buffs in here. So the security megaphone. One there, and yes, makes sense to swap these two around. Like that. So at least we're buffing security pretty nicely in here, right? So there we go. I think we need one more light. Give me one more light over here somewhere. So there's still a bit of room. We can still do a few different things, but at least now we are definitely going to do quite a bit of work towards getting... Actually, to be honest, let's move this over even a bit more, all the way over here. And I want to get another security officer here. So let's do one more. So lots and lots of security. I want to make sure we do it properly, right? It's not that expensive for us to do this, so we may as well do that. So we need one more security person. We've flipped that around again. A big bladder, cool. And already has one there, so excellent. We'll get that person onto the security booth. We'll again try and buff security as best we can over here by adding the alarm, by adding this light item in here, and by adding the megaphone. So hopefully all of that gives us a lot to do in terms of security-wise. Okay, so hopefully we are not going to miss anybody coming up to try and steal some stuff, right? So we've got our tubes here. We've got someone to work the tubes in case we need to. But yeah, so already we spent like 26 minutes of this episode just getting this sorted. Okay, so now what we're after, there's a spy alert straight away. We don't really need much of anything. But what we are after is let's make sure to grab some politics. And we're also looking for a little bit of sport. So sport and politics, we'll grab that. We've already got politics straight away. This is... I mean, it's reasonable either way. Pushing to the right. What are we trying to achieve? Let's just quickly double check what are we trying to achieve. We actually want to push moderate but slightly to the left. So we may bear that in mind as we go down these stories. They're both going to the right. So it just depends on how we'll use it. We'll buy a ticket here. We'll send someone over. I don't think it really makes a difference. Oh, actually, we want politics. Yeah, so we're going down the politics path. So we'll get... Audrey. Oh, Audrey can't do that. Can anybody do this one? No. No one can. But we could potentially put Sarah onto it to unlock it. No, unfortunately that didn't work. So we will just try and get the other stories in place. So we've spent a lot of money. We're ready to go. We've made some changes to our setup. We've got a bit of room if we wanted to add some more people to the mix. Let us quickly move that over a little bit to do a little bit better job at the lighting side of things. Okay, so we've got some extra stories here, more politics. So we'll try and pick up some politics at least. I want to go to the right, so let's get Edith out there to go one of those. We want to grab a few of these stories just to make sure we've got some options. This is a golden... Well, there's a lot of different tags in here from a society perspective, plus some politics in there as well. So I guess what we'll do... Let's make a start with maybe Francis over here. I think that was unlocked. So if we then do Audrey over there, that does unlock that. And that means we can put Monica over there and finish off the story. Perfect. And then if we go over here, I would like to go down that route to get that piece. And I guess we can get Bernard out there. And then straight away, we should be able to get Steven out there to do that piece as well. Now, we also want to pick up some ads. We have a couple of pretty reasonable ads over here. We'll get Tristan to start working on that one. And any other things? Oh, I think we had something over here in Europe. Another economic story. We will risk a lawsuit, which I don't think is the biggest issue for us. We can have a lot of different tags here, so we'll go ahead and buy the ticket, get someone to come over. Now, can we... I guess we can move... We can try with Tatiana to try and unlock it. We cannot, so we'll have to just wait that one out. Now, I had a comment in the for the previous episode, really, where it said we could have run the political stories, or the 2 previous episodes. We could have run the political stories and just edited out the politics side of things. Now, that is an option, and I did think about that as an option. But the issue was, because there were multifaceted stories, so many of those story items included politics. So I didn't think there was a guarantee that we could actually remove the politics side of things. Let's get this crime story going. We can't do cartography. So whether there's value in doing this story is a little bit... I wonder, because we can't do this, right? We're not set up for it. We can't spend the money to get this going. I'm a little cautious that this might not be useful. But what we can do is we'll pick up on this one. And, oh, we're out. We're strictly speaking... Oh, no, we're not. And we'll get Alexandra on there. So we'll do these 2 stories. And then once we have that, we'll close it out without the cartography side of it. Now, from a sports perspective, we do need some sports stories. We'll get Surge out here, and we'll at least do this story as well. So we get a couple of sports stories. We want to try and do the moderate bonuses as best we can. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Now let's speed this along. We do want to do... oh, hang on. What we need to do is we also need to get ourselves a nice stack of coal delivered, please. Just do that one. That's fine. Ad is done. I don't think we've got Steven ready to go yet. So what we'll do is we'll get... Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll get Tristan to start working on some other ads. Okay, some stories are finishing off and we're ready to do some stuff. So we finished off that one. We're not going to do the cartography, right? We can't do the cartography. There's no one that can do that for us. So we'll just have to wait this one out and see about the rest of it. Over here, what are we after? We need someone else for politics, and they are arriving. So we'll see about that. Let's just get a few of these people to be dropped off. So let's us personally move a few of these to the typesetters. Right? And then go back into these stories and see about going to the next level here. I think we'll get Alexandra onto that one. We'll move on over this way and see. This is 31 more minutes. Over here, the next piece of this, we'll get Serge to go and do that one again. Pick up on that one. So once we have a few more minutes in here. Okay, so this one should now be closed out, and what we'll do is from here we'll recycle that, basically. That is the plan. We'll move a few items up here to the... just make sure they're all nice and set. Okay, fine. So we wouldn't have a power issue. Now, someone suspicious has, I think, walked in here, so we'll keep a little bit of an eye out for this. I think we may see a spy. This person here. Oh, that's Sarah. I thought it was a suspicious person walking in here. But I think we've got so many security guards now that we should be in a reasonable spot. These guys are all kind of using the chutes to get their stuff up there, the pneumatic tubes. Okay, we've got another story that we can jump into. I'll go that way for the silver tag. Edith, you can grab it for us. Thank you. I don't think we need necessarily that. Okay, let's pop into the ads ever so quickly. Do we have Steven? Steven, get onto that one. We'll also get Tristan onto the next ad here. And we'll pop back in here and see about some extra political stories. Is this worth it? Do we have someone to negate this risk? No, we do not. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to recycle that one and not risk it. We've got the lawyer. Do we have someone that can negate the law risk here? Yes, Nick can. So we'll go Nick over there. Then we'll pop on that last story as well. Excellent. Keep going. Things are moving along. I'm not micromanaging these guys at the moment. I'm going to try and get everything to kind of move along in a reasonable fashion. The pneumatic tubes are doing their job pretty nicely. I don't need to be babysitting them all that much. Over here, we've got 3 tags, or we can do the golden tag down this way. I guess maybe if we go Audrey here, we can immediately get Monica or someone to... Let's get Joanna over there. That's good. We'll get that. At least we'll get a golden tag onto that, and it should be able to do that pretty quickly. Some extra stories, some crime stories over here. We will pick up on one of these. So let's get Beth out there. We want to make sure we have a lot of combo options, right? So we should be. I think it'll be fine altogether. What do we have here? Quite a bunch of tags, including a couple of silvers and 3 bronzes. Plus, it can combo with economics, so we may as well do that. Anybody that can potentially unlock it for us straight away? Yes, potentially we can just do Sarah. Sarah did not get us the lucky piece over there, not this time around. Okay, let's pop in there. What else do we have? Some more crime stories. I think I can stop these now and we can just do anything we've got. Illustrative over there. Okay, so let's try and do crime or politics. So let's do politics, crime. I mean, if we did Bernard here for the crime side of it, right? It unlocks that straight away. And then if we did Iona here, we unlock that one straight away. And then as soon as Stephen is done, we can make a start over there, right? That was kind of the plan. Let's pop in here. Stephen is 2 hours away from getting that done. Would have liked him to go straight over there, but what we'll do in the meantime is we'll get Tristan to finish off all of the rest of our ads, right? So keep that going. We still don't have the linotyping machines, which is something I would like to do, but for now I think we're in a reasonable spot. I think we're already in a good spot to do all of our combos, really. Okay, so Steven should now be ready to pick up on the next item here so that we can try and close that one out. The bang, look at that story right there. Awesome. Not actually sending anything to our editor at the moment, which is kind of okay, but I have also not seen any of the spies. I'm trying to keep an eye out for the spies. So let's quickly see some more stories have come in. This at least pushes us to the left, plus it's got an educational tag. And we maybe try society wheel. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get Edith out there, get some quality stars onto it. Yeah. Over here, multiple stories. Do we have someone in entertainment that can negate? Oh, so Tatiana can come back and do entertainment as well and negate the risk of injury. That's pretty good, actually. So Tatiana could unlock the next piece. No, unfortunately not. So just keep going with the stories. Lots of stories for us to do. Okay, some stuff has finished off. So let's quickly pop over there and see that we go to the next item here. Someone on entertainment, please. I think Paulina, you can do that for us. Get us a bit of a tag there. And then over here, what do we have next? 2 actual economy stories next. Audrey would be a bit of a waste here, to be honest, but I think we just need to do it so that we can get through it, to be honest. There we go. Let's do that. Move it along. Lots of stuff finishing off. I will manually move this over here. Oh, hang on. I dropped it. Did I drop it on the ground? Oh, I dropped it in here. Okay, fine. No problems. No problems. No problems. Let's move over and see what we're busy doing. The next piece, I do need to use Francis. No. I need to use someone else over here, so it doesn't really matter. So let's get Alexandra onto this story, please. And we can just go and grab Monica onto that story. We can have a look over here. So risk of injury straight away. Do we have someone that can negate it? We do, but do we need it? I think we don't. So let's recycle that story and not risk the injury while we wait for people to come back that can actually manage that risk. Not putting anybody on training because we want to try and do all the stories we can. So more crime stories coming in. This is a single one. I'll close that one out. We're almost certainly not going to run it. This one, on the other hand, we will probably definitely run it. So let's get Iona onto that one. We can then immediately get Monica onto this one and get the gruesome picture over there. Thank you. I still have not seen any spies, which makes me wonder. Okay, we've got some more stuff coming in. So this one is finished off. Do we have our Tatiana can grab it, right? Tatiana, go out there, get that. That's a nice little story right there. Pop up over here. What do we get? Ooh, golden tag plus some influence. Require you to pay to unlock. Alternatively, we can bribe. And I guess doesn't really know what that means. Oh, we need to pay here to get there. That's interesting. I think we'll do it. Doesn't matter. We'll do it. We can send Audrey out there. Oh, hang on. Get the ticket paid first. Let's get them planed out there. These stories cost a lot of money. We'll do that straight away. What we'll do is we'll pay there. And then do we have some people that we can send out? We can. So we don't actually need to do the bribes. We'll do this one and we'll do that one and we'll try and sort out this story in one go. I do like it when I can do that. I don't have to worry about micromanaging the story altogether. The building of the puzzle. Okay, here we go. Some more stuff happening. There's another story for us to go to. It at least has a silver tag, plus it's something that we would like to combo, so the silver tag's not too bad. That's not too bad either, and I guess we can get Beth out there straight away to go and do that in one fell swoop. If we go over this way, is there anything there? No, not really. If we double check the ads, I just want to check what we have over here. We can get Steven out there, and then we can move along to the photo as well. So that's kind of all the ads already done. Still haven't seen any issues with spies. We move back over this way. There's another story here. I think we can give that one a skip, even though that one wouldn't have been too bad to do. How many stories still left? So 3 more stories left. I think we're in pretty good shape to get all of them across the line, no problems. And then we can just kind of wait it out for the spies to make sure we don't have them. Okay, so we've got... Let's pop in here and just have a quick look. So we've got a hot topic, which is crime stories. We can put 3 people onto that straight away, and I guess that's all we really need to do. Anybody that gets a quality star when we have limited time? The crunch or the clutch or something? Polygot, no, unfortunately not under this category. So that's fine. We'll get Paulina out there, we'll get Peter out here, and we'll get Francis out there, and between the 3 of them, they should get it done quite easily to get the hot topic unlocked. That's fine, and we've got an economic story over here. I may as well send... Yeah, Nick, go and get yourself some additional experience points there. I think there's a spy that's just walked up here. Yeah, there we go. We'll catch one of them. I think there's another one coming in here straight away. There we go. Get another one caught. I've got lots of security on stand here, ready to do their thing. Let's quickly move the photo to the dark room. That's quite important, I think. Get the rest of this all moving. Why are you complaining? Good stuff. I'm screening quite significantly for the guys here. Okay, let's go back to the ads. Can we move on to this one? Yeah, let's get this moving. Good, perfect shot there. And our last story, I think this one here, we may as well send Beth out there, get that story. Oh, we're waiting on one more story to come in. That's fine. Considering that it's hot topics, we may as well do that. We're going to try and do the moderate thing here. Keep all of this moving. Hot topic is in play. And there's one more story coming in, and yet another crime story with a bit of a risk involved. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Let's go out here and let's quickly have a look to see how many crimes. We've got so many crime stories. I don't think it is worth it. So we will I mean, the guys don't have anything to do. We could easily do it. We could easily do it. Yeah, Tatiana, go out there, get it. And we dodged the lawsuit altogether, so fine. Let's move a few of these items over. And move this one up here, for instance. And what we may do is we might do a bit of a food delivery as well. So let's just get maybe a little bit of the food delivery stuff to come in also. We've got so many different of the food stops that it's could be an issue. I don't think any of our stories would be compromised at this stage, right? No, nothing is compromised. So we should be all good here. We want to keep an eye out. This guy is definitely a spy. Just gonna walk straight into this place. I think we'll be able to catch them quite easily. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. You're out. That's another spy coming in right there. I'll quickly grab the photo and move it up to the dark room. To do that. More spies coming in, I think. So we'll keep an eye out. The fact that we've got the double staircase, I think, is fine. Yeah, definitely. One spy there. And this one is a spy also. This one is Joanna. That's fine. I like it. I like it. We've been able to manage these spies quite aggressively. These aggressive spies, a lot of them. Manage them quite easily with these guys. Why is this guy walking in the wrong direction? What? Where were you caught? Is something compromised? That was a little weird. That was definitely a little bit weird. Definitely a little bit weird there, but I think we're okay. So if we have a bit of a look here, where do we have stories? So we've got a story here that can go to... Oh. Where are my types? It's a little bit... It's difficult to understand where the work is currently waiting to be done. Anyway, the quickest person, as far as I know, is over here. So that should do the trick. So we'll just move it there. Any other stories ready on these stacks? Nothing really. Oh, this definitely over here. So we'll do a little bit of this. Get our crews to come and do their work. There's nothing else sitting on desks here, right? Let's go up here. So we're trying to get these across the line, and we do need to, can't be up there. We need to keep an eye out for spies, you know, so we can't really be kind of hanging out, micromanaging those activities. But I think we're in a reasonable spot. What we can do, however, is move one of these stories up to a place where it makes sense, right? Oh, so now you don't have anything? Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. Okay, go back up and have a quick look at this. So that's done. So the engraved item can go to the assembly. And there's another one, right? So two of them can go straight to assembly. Okay, so make sure we get those items into assembly. That's fine. You can go over here to get engraved. And that should be all good. I guess we're in a reasonable spot to make it all happen, right? Sunday. All good. Yeah, we've literally got one ad and one story here. So that story is done. And I just wanted to check. We still have this item that just finished, so we'll move that down ourselves to this assembly table here, which is the quickest one of the bunch. And that should really get us to the end of it. Why are you kind of just hanging out? Just get that one in there and we'll start assembling that straight away, please. Anything else hanging anywhere? No, I think we should be all good now. Those are the last items. We'll be finishing it off easily. Don't have any other spies hanging around. I think we're done. I think we managed to... Oh, the spy alert is gone. And I think if we look at this, there's nothing that's been compromised. So I think easygoing. I think we overkilled the security side of things, but I think I'd rather do that and get through it straight away. Okay, well, long episode. We will need to quickly build out that paper. We've got everything there, so let's build out the paper the way we want it. So I would like to go moderate. I would like to go into this area right over here, and I would like to obviously make sure we do all the combos. So where are our big ticket items? A little bit of gold there, lots of silver over here. So I'm almost tempted to do an economic / entertainment front page, right? Or a Europe front page. So if we went and did that, right? And we then said, what can we add to this? We can add more Europe and more fame. That pushes it back over into that direction. And then we can do a little bit more Europe still, and this one as well, which will push it back into that direction. And look at that combo there. So there we go. We've got a page combo. It means all of them have to be, no. There's our combo. So it's just a single combo right there. So we manage one combo. Fine. Now, next page, I wouldn't mind the influence points here to be doubled. So we'll go there. Right, and can we combo it a little bit like this? We can. Let's just have a look. Is there anything else like this in play? Not really. Anything else like that? Not really. Any other Europe stories? Also no. So really, only thing we could potentially combo here is a society story. And we've got a nice little society ad. So we'll run it over there. There we go. That's good. Now, we want to go back to the right if we can. So if we did some crime stories, we can do that. That one will take us to the left, though. This one will take us to the right, and it has a golden tag, so that's not too bad. Okay, so let's do that. Go to the right. Do we have any other gruesome crimes that we can put in there? We can do a double combo there. That one picks up there quite nicely. And we do this one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe that's okay. Okay, now politics. Right, now we need to do politics. So if we go politics, we do this, and we do that, and we do this. It's money. That's good. We do need a sports page, though. We go to the next one. Now we need to go right again. So society will go right. We've got all of our combos. Anything else that'll go right? Look at that. Okay, so this is the only one that'll go right. So we will grab that one to go right. So far, so good over here. And then what else? Do we have any other illustrations that we can do? This looks really good, but it's not, I mean, we can run the story, but it's not really a combo. Got a golden tag. Okay, so we've got that going. We'll come back to it. Advertiser's favorite. So more advertisements gets us more stuff. More combos gets us more stuff. And obviously we need a sports page. Multiple sports items. So actually, let's quickly have a look at what do we have under sport, right? Let's see sports-wise. We've only got the one sports story? You gotta be kidding me. Well, we have to run that, of course. But maybe we don't have to do it on this page. So something like this. Something like that. So society-wise, we can do this. Block that for society. Is that, oh, we're out of society? No, there's definitely more society. No? Well, then let's do that. Get that story in place. And, okay, so because we need this, we'll get that story in there. We need to stay at this level. And I guess what we'll do is we'll run a little bit more crime, right? We try and run crime to at least combo a little bit more stuff. But yeah, no more sports. Am I seriously missing out completely on sports? No sports stories whatsoever. That is really interesting. So if we're going to combo anything, we're going to combo crime. And I guess that means we'll try and combo... I mean, we can do a double tag like this, right? Anyway, we can do that. And we can do something like this. Actually, we can do something like that, which gives us a combo there. And another, but we can also run another ad potentially, right? A crime ad. So if we did this instead, that gives us more cash, plus it keeps everything else in place. Almost 750, 2,000 there. And that's all of our pages, right? Okay. So now let's check it out. We've done that, no problems. We've done that, no problems. So I guess that means we beat the level. Let's run that. I think, could we do better? Maybe we could do better. But for now, I think I'm quite happy with this outcome. A lot of papers being sold, a lot of money being gathered, and we've managed to do our thing here. So let's quickly have a look. Lots of papers. Not a record, though. Not a record. Look at this. Oh, that's the hidden agenda of winning. Lots of money there. Good. I like that. Big old stack of cash. Closed out some more influence points right over there. Did all of this. Beat them. Knocked them out. That was it. That was your knockout punch. I've seen puzzle pieces with more bite. Oh, really? Thought I beat you. Always knew your father was a weak line of the family. And anything else? No? Is that it? Close it out. That gets us here. So we unlock the last one. New reader's interest illustrative. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's really pretty cool. So we've gone there. I should have done this a little bit earlier in the game, to be honest. But, I mean, we're not done. We still need to close out the other side. And there's lots more ads here for us to pick up on. And if we go through here, I mean, this should have gone up quite a bit due to all the extra security guards. Reasonable amount of money for us in this next playthrough or in this next week. Okay, so here we go. This, I guess, is a bit of a now we beat them kind of thing. So 5 years was the first one, which was exactly 2 months ago, to be honest. Really good. And then here we have a look. So this is our earnings. So in the last one, we had a super earnings and we dropped back a little bit due to obviously trying to manage some of the stories here to get things going. 23.6 million sales. Empire Observer eclipsed the Chaotic Times, claims the top spot. We've defeated them. There's still 10 more left on the Jersey Beacon. We'll submit the score for whatever reason. And yeah, that's all looking pretty good. We're on 13 floors. We've been moderate most often, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Pretty good, actually. Lots and lots of big ticket items, risky stories, a lot of them. Paid a lot of bribes, ran a lot of ads. I like all of these stats. It's pretty cool. Now, let's get back into it. So here we go. So we've closed out this entire side here. So if we come in here, what did we see? So you take it all. I guess borderless ambition runs deeper in this family than I thought. But mark my words, one day you'll choke on the same ink you used to drown me. Okay, is that it? Is that the thing? Okay. Try out a different obtained. Okay, try out a different narrow and taller tower, original property of the Empire Observer. Okay, so I guess that's it, right? So we've closed that out. We've unlocked a different style of map that we can play in the next one. So if we go here, we need to print 7 quality stars. I think in one story is what we're saying for this one. If we go to Steinbeck Residence, we can get the fiction desk. That's okay. That's fine. And then if we go over here, sell 800,000 newspapers for some stuff. And if we don't do that, we get these guys on top of us. I guess we can do that and try and get us up there. So let's accept this one. And then at the same time, we'll want to run our way down some of these other items here. So maybe not so we'll just go potentially up here. Yeah, so let's go to Livingston. We'll select that district and we'll move into that direction. I think we're really good, well suited now to sort out the Print nothing on your front page. Unlocks a familiar painting. Wow, that's interesting. Print nothing on your front page. Not when we're trying to make 800,000 sales. Okay, so that's good. We'll go down this way. Our security should be quite good to deal with that. So anyway, long episode, but I guess we managed to defeat our first kind of rival. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I will see you in the next episode while we'll continue to kind of close out this map and get the other rival off the board. Bye-bye.